Chika, you've clapped. And pause. And now we're ready to podcast again.
It's a great start.
It's a great start. It is a great start. As always, I'm feeling quite relaxed. I'm feeling like a relaxed podcast episode today.
Lighter on your feet.
Lighter on my feet. You know, just relaxed. Yeah, chill. As always, I always pretend. Huh?
You're getting a bit red, aren't you?
No, I'm not going red.
Okay.
I'm not going. Why would I go red? I'm getting a bit nervous around you.
I'm making you nervous.
Yeah, you're making me nervous.
Right.
Yeah, you really do. Yes, as always, as you kindly noted before, I always ask you, and always pretend like I never ask you every week.
Yeah.
But how have you been?
I can't complain, man. Life is calm, life is good. It's been chilling, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know you.
What about you? How you been?
I've been really well.
What you been up to?
Been out, living life.
Is it?
Yeah.
What you been so far? Like, you're living life.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit more?
Just enjoying creating content. We had Kino on recently. Kino was, I think he's my your favourite TikToker of all time now as well.
Yeah,
if you don't follow us on TikTok or Instagram, we do a Prem prediction series where we get different TikTokers on to guess the Premier League game weeks predictions, and we had a guy called Kian Costello-Lawler on recently, and I think he's now Chika's best friend. You've been messaging and
He's my favourite person from Ireland.
Yeah, well, if that's supposed to be a shot at me, it's not. I'm from England. I don't know where it's going.
Favorite person of Irish heritage.
Yeah, there we go. All right, it's so hurt.
Yeah,
so hurt. I'm so hurt.
That's a good guy, man. He was even impressed that I got his name right.
Did you say that?
Yeah, he told me that.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Definitely didn't message me to double check.
Yeah, but double check. But obviously I knew.
You actually did. Yeah. To be fair, you did.
You
done a little research. To be fair.
I just don't want to. I don't want to host someone else on my platform and then feel like I've disrespected them, because if I came on someone else's platform and they called me Chico or like
Chico.
Do you know what I mean?
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it would not be good.
Yeah, I got. I get a bit nervous doing that, and sometimes we actually need to sort out our next guest. I've been getting way more lazy with it every week, and like not messaging people enough.
Where do you message them
on TikTok? Yeah,
on TikTok.
Yeah. I'm so here we go. Here's a little behind the scenes thing. I'm the one messaging people to get them on, but I've been busy. I've been busy recently. Yeah, busy recently with life, work. I'm now helping work produce a podcast as well, so that's cool.
Very busy.
And living life, spending time with family, friends. Yeah, you must be doing the same thing.
Not quite same level as you, but
I'm socialising. I'm a social butterfly, but
I mean, I've been more low key these days. Yeah, you know, family, friends, but low key things. Staying in the yard, being a bit of a homebody, but
that's you. Would you say you're more of an introvert or extrovert?
I'm an extrovert with introverted
tendencies.
Like, I'm very comfortable being on my own.
Yeah.
Doing certain things. Like, I don't really get FOMO or anything like that.
Do you not get FOMO?
No.
You strike me as someone who would get FOMO.
Don't get me wrong, like, if I can't come to a motive, like, I don't get FOMO, really.
Do you not?
No. I'm really just not like a jealous person. In that sort of sense, like,
doesn't necessarily mean you're jealous, but
so what's FOMO like? Let's say like, this one event I didn't decide to go to and it looked sick, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I went. Or you just have to be there. Is it like the reaction to the event, or is it like before? I'm not gonna miss out on this event. I'm gonna be.
No, I always feel like I'm gonna miss out on something. I get it really bad. I'm like, if I don't go here, I'm potentially gonna miss the biggest event of my whole entire life. So like, and I'll never be able to recover ever again.
Like,
so that's what I get.
If it's the pinnacle, or like I feel like it's a huge event, then yeah, maybe I'll be like, oh, I'll make an effort to be there. But at the same time, I realize in this life, it's just, you don't need to rush anything. You don't need to force anything. If something's telling you shouldn't be there, just don't go. Like,
The problem is I always get the feeling that I should be there. That's the whole point.
Yeah, you need therapy.
I do.
No, I'm joking.
Well, then we could turn this into a therapy podcast right now.
Yeah.
Life is good. Life is good. I'm feeling
This
very
guy's
jolly.
on top of the world, man.
I'm feeling very jolly today. I'm feeling very relaxed. I'm feeling chill. Even, I don't want to jinx it. Usually, like when we set up this podcast set as well, I'm always worried something's going wrong.
Yeah, I wonder why you're so chill, to be fair. But I guess it's one of those days.
Yeah. No, I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. On that note, because I've said I'm feeling so good, I'm going to check if the cameras are recording. Oh, this is going to be an au naturel podcast. You know, when you think, like, you say, like, everything's going fine, and then I panic myself that there wasn't.
Nah,
but yeah.
I can see in the mirror, so it's cool.
Yeah. There's been a lot of mad things going on this week, and I'm going to save it for our Maddest moment of the week segment. But there is one thing I want to touch on, just before we talk about the week's action, what's happened in the world of football this week. Fabrizio, if you guys are on social media, there's a page called If You're on Social Media. Oh my god, I sound like a fucking granddad. If you guys are in the social medias, if you've seen online a page called That Guy's Jokes, it's like a meme page, and I think it's my favourite one.
It definitely is.
Yeah, what, you see me liking it all the time?
I see him liking it, see him sharing it.
Yeah. Fabrizio Romano.
Oh shit! Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
This was brilliant. Apparently slid into someone's DMs, and if you don't know who Fabrizio Romano is, be confused if
you're
didn't
watching
know.
this podcast, you should know.
Yeah, you should know who Fabrizio Romano is. And apparently, I think he just like emoji reacted to some like model or this guy on Instagram story. I think it's like fire emoji, but he was like talking about like was it about nails or lashes or it was something along those lines. It had nothing to do with like what he's interested in or nothing to do with football. And that guy's jokes basically created loads of memes saying, oh, he knows what he's doing here. He's a legend. Like, he's played a long game. Like, Fabrizio pretending to be interested in this to drop game. And like, it's an innocent joke. Like, we don't really care. Everyone slides into DMs. He's just shooting his shot. And yes, why should we care? Like, he's not doing anything mad. But then Fabrizio Romano,
he threatened him, didn't he?
he's come out and he's gone, if you don't take this down, I'm getting I'm getting the authorities.
Police.
Online, was it the
online police?
Oh my god! Yeah, he said this is a Photoshop. I'm getting the online police. All he's doing there is making himself.
He's making it look worse, bro.
Yeah, way more guilty. Like way more guilty. Like, he definitely slid in there. How can you It's such a random thing to Photoshop. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't see the original. That's the thing.
Yeah, but like even then, like it's not a big deal in the first place. Boo-hoo, like you slid into someone's DMs. Do you know what I mean? Like,
he's probably got a wife. That's probably where.
Nah, he's not that old. Do you know he's not even like?
You don't have to be old to have a wife. How many people in the football industry have a wife?
Anyway, sorry, that'll be another cut. There's 2 cuts I need to remember to go through, but it's just not a big deal I don't think at all. Like, why are they going crazy about it? It's not that, to threaten the online police. It's a bit mad, isn't it?
I mean, it's just a bit of a softie, isn't he? Journos usually are, to be fair.
Huh?
Journos.
Yeah, but you saying him having wife kids, sorry, you touched on that. Yeah, he's like 29, you know. He's only like 29, 30.
Yeah, but fucking fucking Enzo. Maybe not Enzo, but there's a lot of players that are like 24 and have wife and kids. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's footballers, not journos, though.
Yeah, but let's not act like it's uncommon for a 29-year-old to have a couple young children.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. He might have a girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's just my point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I just want to touch on it. I just thought it was really weird. Like him. him getting all pent up about it. Fabrizio, have a day off is basically what I'm trying to say. Have a blinking day off.
You know, he should be having a lot of days off. There's no fucking transfers to report at the moment.
Yeah, what does this guy do in between? Oh, well, we know. DM girls on Instagram.
I haven't even seen the original post.
It was interesting. I just didn't think it was that big a deal. It's a whole song and dance about
I'm not all as hard
nothing.
as you, Jack.
Huh?
Pause.
No, wow. Should we start talking about this week's action?
We probably should. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What do you want to get into first?
We can start with Chelsea. It's Chelsea.
Yeah. League Cup finals just finished.
Yeah.
Just like this evening.
And you watched every minute, didn't you? You good, bro?
Yeah, definitely watched every minute.
What do you think of the game?
I thought I found out that Shimikas is sexually frustrated. That's what I took away from the game.
Okay.
What he done to I've never seen a footballer celebrate by putting their captain in missionary. What is going on there, son?
I've seen a few.
I know there's getting excited about a few goals, but then there's absolutely trying to bruck down your captain on the pitch in Wembley. Like, what?
Yeah, that's something out of Brazzers.
Is that what they do in Greece?
Huh?
Oh no, he's Scouse anyway, isn't it? He's got Scouse passport according to the...
It's Greek Scouse.
Yeah, he's Greek Scouse.
Greek.
Yeah. You know them Greek Scousers?
What about them?
They love putting captains in missionary.
This guy knows it from experience.
Was I putting my captains in...
You've been a captain.
I wasn't so Monzi, yeah?
We're going off topic.
Yeah. So,
This is the least serious football podcast. Sorry for people waiting for some analysis or opinions.
No, go on. Let's get into the analysis. Chelsea, I really thought they were going to win this.
Because of the team?
No, I just had a feeling like I thought it was too good to be true. Like Klopp's last season, him winning a cup, I thought it just wasn't going to happen. I think I've said like the last 2 weeks it was going to happen. So I completely contradicted myself. But I don't know. I just had a real gut feeling Chelsea were going to do it.
You know what? When I saw the lineup and saw like Liverpool's bench, I was like, "Fuck!" There's no Salah, no Trent, no Nunes, no Jota. No Curtis Jones, no like they were missing like a whole like the majority of the first team. So I was kind of like, yeah, like Chelsea got a real chance. But you know, I don't feel like they're a very young team. They're inexperienced. They haven't been in this situation. Yeah, they played back-to-back finals with Liverpool 2 years ago, but it's still a completely different team from then. I think they only had one player that played today that featured in the previous final that they played with Liverpool. So, yeah, it was very interesting. It was a good game. A lot of people that I was discussing the game with saying it wasn't good, but like there was so many chances. I think they hit the woodwork 4 or 5 times. There was like two disallowed goals, a couple goal line clearances. Kelleher was amazing as well. So like Chelsea definitely had enough chances, probably more chances than Liverpool to put that game to bed.
What, did Kelleher have a good game in the end?
Yeah, he should have been man of the match.
Really? Yeah. Love that. Cork boy, go on the lad. Now you want to do it though,
I thought you're not Irish. I thought you're English.
Oh yeah, you start doing it again. Oh, here we go.
But yeah, Kelleher was phenomenal.
Kelleher.
Bit of
That sounds Scouse.
Kelleher. Yeah. Anyway, he had a great game. I think people have been saying he's developing a good reputation for being a great cup goalie. You know, it's weird being a second goalie and you know you're always going to be a second goalie and still having to come and perform No, he did well,
He's
man.
really good with his feet as well, to be fair. Yeah. And even against Brentford the other day, he done, was it Brentford?
Did he start for Ireland?
No, he actually doesn't. He's actually number 2 keeper for Ireland as well. Bazunu's number 1.
Bazunu.
Yeah.
Southampton?
Yeah. I think Kelleher deserves to start now. But Bazunu's actually, he's really good for Ireland.
Well, as long as Bazunu's good. The thing is with Kelleher, he plays 4 games a year.
Yeah. I mean, you would start the keeper that's playing more. I mean, a lot of people hate on Bazunu last season, but apparently he's having quite a good season in the Championship. He's also like for the Irish national football team, like he's kept Ireland in so many games that we deserved not to be in still. He's even at 19, he saved Cristiano Ronaldo penalty. I know that's not the B end and all. I've messed up that phrase, but yeah. Sorry, we won't talk about Basuna for too long. We're talking about the final. But yeah, Kelleher had a really good game.
Yeah, great game. I think, I think Liverpool's back four was obviously solid throughout in spurts. But I think he definitely saved it. Van Dijk obviously got the winning goal. He got disallowed goal which is quite dubious, an offside goal from interference. Got it ruled out, but I guess he did what was needed. Literally 3 minutes from the end.
Does this serve Liverpool well going forward? Do you think? Do you think they can? Do you think if you are Liverpool, because looking at City winning the League Cup so many times before and then going on to win the league, has a League Cup become like almost like a little bit of like a kind of like a boost? If like, just say you're playing a racing game, is it like it's like a boost in Mario Kart? It's basically it's a weird way to compare it, but like, is it an extra bit of like, yeah, here we go? No,
look at what happened with United the season before when they won it. I feel like their form kind of dipped. They were supposed to be in a title charge apparently, and now look at them this season. They, you win a title and you kind of want to push on and improve on your performances the year after, like we kind of did with our FA Cup, but. I don't think, it just depends on the team. Liverpool still got so many injuries. Lost Gavin Birch to...
Yeah, I saw he's on crutches.
Yeah, he got clamped by Caicedo. Disgusting challenge. Caicedo's all over the shop today, at least for 70% of the game. Enzo was awful as well. Just making the wrong decisions, popping up in the wrong places. He was terrible. But their finishing was awful, horrendous. Palmer should have scored, and Nkunku should have scored. Gallagher should have had 2 goals as well. Nicholas Jackson, he was just running around. Running around, looking for beef. But Liverpool, they brought on like 5 teenagers, bro.
I saw... there was...
Dams.
Yeah. Number 55... I can't. To be honest, I didn't even really know.
They were nobodies, man. Like the fact that they brought them on, and then also in the extra time, Chelsea, when you're playing against a bunch of kids, like at least they just went into their shell. It was weird. It was like suddenly, the final whistle went. Chelsea were on top towards the last 5 minutes of the game. They should have scored. Anyway, went to extra time, and then suddenly these kids are all over them, like pushing for a goal, and it's just like, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be absolutely just like flabbergasted, because you see that Liverpool team and you're like, shit. Like even Konate came off. McAllister came off. Like the midfield was like Endo and 2 teenagers.
Yeah, that is...
And then the up front, it was like Diaz and then 2 teenagers.
It kind of reminds me when Arsenal lost in the FA Cup and they played like one of the Brazilian twins in central midfield. Or was it John O'Shea they played in central midfield?
Can't remember.
There was a game a while ago where Fergie basically played like nobodies and absolutely battered Arsenal, and it reminds me of that. I remember being an Arsenal fan and being really frustrated with that. So and especially with all the signings you make, you look at how well Liverpool are doing now, and they Sorry. You started fiddling with the mic and it put me off. Sorry, mate. I'm all over the shop today. I'm feeling so chill, and then a bit too chill. Yeah. You see how many signings Chelsea have made?
Really got the stuffing knocked out of you.
Yeah. You see how many signings Chelsea... that's such a weird phrase. Like, where did that come from? You see how many signings Chelsea have made, and you see how many signings Liverpool have made, and then you kind of go, they're playing kids, we made all these signings, we can't even beat them when they bring their academy boys, and it's not like Chelsea don't have a good academy. I'd be feeling really, really frustrated. In regards to Chelsea... I've been seeing so many memes of like Chelsea when they go from 10th to 10th and they've been class, really making me laugh. They are in a whole lot of trouble because FFP is going to come down on them strongly. They're not really going to be able to sign anyone. Everyone knows they need to sell.
Yeah.
Poch looks toothless as a manager.
Can't.
And they look toothless going forward. I know Maxi, I want to get him on. Max Roth, a good friend of ours through the football team I used to run and Chika used to play for. He's a big Chelsea fan, and he even said to me the other day, Jack, like, I want to rant about so many things. And it's like, do you, as a Chelsea fan at this point, do you just kind of get used to the fact that you're a mid-table team? Is it as bad as that? Because it's almost like, I even see their signings and I just think it's so indecisive what they want to do. So you want to make big signings, you want to sign people down to these long contracts. Yes, obviously they are signing young players, but it seems like at first they were signing young stars, and a few of their other signings are kind of under the radar to the point where I actually don't know. Like signing, is it Chukwueze from Villa? Like really good player, really good signing, but it's not exactly like a young star. He wasn't like a young star like Enzo was branded as the World Cup. So as much as, yes, there is a plan in place where they're signing young players, is there almost a case to say that they kind of are a bit clueless in what they want to do, because they don't know if they want to sign young prospects that are good but aren't really of that world-class standard, or they want to sign these young stars. It feels a bit mismatched. It feels a bit over the shop.
I completely understood the transfer policy. I just thought that it was just too much risk involved in it.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted to sign players that they thought were, they probably did extensive scouting, had a lot of recommendations from a lot of people, and they're trying to buy a few British players as well. And they probably like, yeah, we're going to bet on these players, and we're going to be able to amortize, or is that what it's called? I can't even speak. Amortization of the contracts.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able to spend so much money was because they were able to put all of these contracts on a longer term. So like some of them were 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. That was the reason why they were able to sign so many players. But I think, yeah, they were expecting maybe in like 3-4 years' time, they wouldn't actually have to make any of these signings, or maybe make less, because they would have all these youngsters that they bought from across the world that were the best in their age group at that moment in time. And then hopefully they'll be at a certain stage. But if they keep doing that every year, like a lot of these signings don't work out, especially if you're giving huge contracts. There's just no motivations to work for the other contract, because you know you're going to be comfortable in that job. So I get the policy. You're kind of expecting these players to be maybe at the upper, I don't want to use FIFA ratings, but they want to be.
Yeah. I know what you're trying to say.
You expect them to be at a good level in like 5 years' time, and competing at a good level. But football doesn't really work that way. It's not really like A to B. It's like there's a lot of journeys that they need to go through. So yeah, I think they really need to slow down that process and think a bit more about who they're signing.
Yeah.
And about what they need in the team precisely in this moment to steady the ship.
Sometimes you're in an environment where you're allowed to thrive. So you're in safety. It's like being at home. It's like you're in a safe environment. You feel comfortable to do certain things. You feel comfortable to take that risk, to express yourself, know that the club's got your back, kind of thing. And I think when you sign high-profile young players, it's not always going to work out the way you want it to be, because you're taking a player from a comfortable environment who's quite young, who doesn't know how to block out noise as well. It's easier to feel unsettled when you're a young player, whereas if you're signing a big star who's a bit older, who's like, I don't know, 26, 27, 28, they're a bit more mature in their football career. So it's a risky policy to implement if you want instant results, to sign young stars like Enzo, like and Cole Palmer has done well, so I suppose that's a point against. But if you want instant success, it's definitely a risk.
Yeah, you want them to be in a steady environment. I feel like it's too hectic. It's not enough senior players, and even if with the couple senior players that are dotted around the club, there's not enough that have been at the club for more than like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So are they really getting the Chelsea way? Because there was a winning culture at Chelsea for so long. Yeah. And that kind of completely evaporated once. Yeah. Abramovich was ousted. So yeah. Well, do you see what Neville called them?
Yeah, that was class.
It was literally.
What did he say?
Word for word? It was like the blue £1 billion bottle jobs.
Yeah. That's class. I think that is.
Hurts.
Sorry. It's not class if you're a Chelsea fan because we're looking at it like and we're questioning your policy.
No,
But
it's class. It's class for them too. If I can get dragged that down to earth.
all right. Yeah, we've really gone in on that one. Chika, let me set the scene. It's Wednesday night. Watching Arsenal Porto. I'm lying in bed. I'm tired from work. I'm relaxing, and I probably watched one of the most boring games of football I think I've ever watched. I go to take a photo of my my TV. About to literally put on my Instagram story the most boring game of football I've ever watched. As I take that photo, Porto go on the attack, and absolutely thunder. See you next Tuesday. A goal. Side netting, class goal from a guy that probably should have scored in the first half.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how to feel because the whole game felt really flat and I was annoyed and upset. But there's an Arsenal podcast I listen to called the Arsecast. You should listen to it, it's class. And one of the guys on there said that why are you laughing? One of the guys on there basically said
crazy,
James McNicholas said on there that actually losing to Porto when they were being such shit houses, being such like difficult customers, they obviously knew Arsenal were good at set pieces, weren't going to get bullied, we're a big team, which is interesting to say because I remember when we were younger, Arsenal always being known as like pushovers and stuff like that, like Troy Deeney saying we don't have no cojones. But yeah, he was basically saying against Porto, with them trying to not get bullied, with them trying to rough Arsenal back, it was a great time to play them because it was a great time to play Newcastle rather. And I think that proved right with Newcastle, who are very much like, I compare them to the Atletico Madrid of England in their style. I mean, you can literally directly correlate that with Eddie Howe going to train under Simeone in Madrid. Yeah, I thought that is such a good point, and we proved we didn't get bullied by Newcastle. And I have to say, Newcastle actually looked quite all over the place defensively. But would you agree with that notion that maybe we kind of had to go through that kind of shithouse of a game against Porto? I've got a few questions for you actually. Would you agree that helped in the result yesterday against Newcastle and how we played? And would you say, is there panic stations for the second leg against Porto?
I think it helps. I still feel like it would have been the same result. I don't think Newcastle are a team in a good place at the moment. I think they really need to take a solid look at their medical team. I feel like they bring back players way too early. They miscalculate the extent of some of the injuries. Like one of my mates was telling me, my Newcastle mate, he was telling me that they missed the fact that Botman had a cruciate ligament injury.
Seriously?
Yeah, they missed that, and he played on it for 3 games. You can actually play on like on a torn ACL, but still, like you're running the risk. Yeah. Especially in a high stakes game, high stake matches. And they like for Isak to be out for like nearly a month, and he comes like I'm pretty sure he hasn't trained much. Yeah. To come back.
He looked off it as well.
Come back into the team. Yeah. And play one of the best back lines in the league, and just like he could have easily just aggravated his injury, and he did nothing really. Yeah. But no, I think we had enough motivation from the away match that we had against them. I do feel like that would have probably been the main part of Arteta's speech, being like, we're not going to give them we're not going to have an excuse this time. Because last time was an excuse. Like, why didn't we win that match? Why didn't we draw that match? But we all knew why. But obviously this time they're probably like saying like, look, like let's put things right. Let's be serious. Obviously the Porto match helps that, but I think it would have been the same result. Like Newcastle aren't in a good place. We know what we've been doing in the Premier League for the past 5 games. We're strong at home. I didn't see Newcastle causing us many problems, even if you won the game at Porto. But am I nervous for the second leg? I'm nervous, but I don't think it's panic stations. I think we know how strong we can be at home. You know, Porto is a place where we've never had success. We've lost. I'm pretty sure every time we go there, we never win.
Yeah, I think we'd never. I don't think an English team has ever won there. Definitely Arsenal didn't win. No, I think it was just Arsenal haven't won there.
We haven't won there. I think the last 3 games have been losses, and we haven't scored.
Yeah.
So, but then in the second leg, in the return legs, we always scored like 4-5-3. Do you know what I mean? We always beat them at our place. So, I would say, you know, that mid-low block was nasty work from Porto.
Yeah.
It was hard to break down.
Yeah, I was watching it. I thought, fair. I'm not a massive fan of like teams sitting off and stuff like that, but I was watching it. I was like, I've actually got so much time for the way they're organised, like the way they're playing. Even their winger who nutmegged Kivior in the second half, I forgot his name, but his defensive work rate was actually ridiculous.
Yeah, you can tell
he was on the right hand side.
That's their style. Like, they're a hard team to beat. They don't concede many goals. They're aggressive. The manager kind of leads from the front. He wants so much from them.
They got Pepe.
Fucking 40-year-old Pepe. We couldn't get past him.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that we didn't actually even create like one clear chance. Didn't have a shot on target. It was just kind of like, what the hell? We've been scoring 20-something goals in how many games?
Yeah.
In a handful of games. So I was just like, it was a shit game to watch. But, you know, they still got to come to our place. I feel like we've got to make sure that we're not complacent, don't make the same mistakes. And, yeah, we should be beating them at our place, at the very least. If it has to go to extra time, then maybe, yeah. But we should be scoring at least 2 goals there at home. So I'm not going to panic. The low block could happen again. I'm sure they'll be well drilled again, very motivated. I don't think our fixture right before then is that hard, but, you know, Arteta, he doesn't really like to mix scene too much. So, yeah, man, I'm calm. I'm at ease with it now. Like, when I watched the game, I was actually like, you know, for an hour or 2 hours after, I was kind of frustrated. But, you know, I guess the perfect response happened. So I'm at ease.
You're at ease. Yeah, and that result will lead to a lot more confidence. And in regards to someone with a lot more confidence, that was a really nice segue, actually. I was quite proud of that. In regards to someone with a bit more confidence, I was watching yesterday and I thought, maybe this is just me and my football feels again. As you know, I like a bit of football feels. Havertz. To me, I'm noticing a difference in the way he's carrying himself. Not necessarily. I won't say he's putting in worldy performances. I wouldn't say far from it, but he's not putting in worldy performances. But I don't know, just the way he's carrying himself, the way he finished a goal it was a very easy chance for Martinelli, but I like having him on the field, and I can't actually. I would have to look into the stats more, but I feel comfortable with him on the field, and I don't know why specifically it is. But I think just having someone that tall, someone as a unit, who's always there, who's always trying, who's always hustling, who also has a lot more confidence, and I think is expressing more of his tech a lot better. Havertz has always been a techie baller, but no one. He has always been a techie baller.
Always.
Yeah, since Leverkusen days.
So at Chelsea, he showed his tech, and at Arsenal, he's been showing his tech. So you say always? I don't.
Sorry, not always is the wrong word.
Yeah.
He's always he's shown in the past he's got tech. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Not Chelsea.
And I'm starting to see a new bloke. I'm starting to see a new guy. Starting to see someone a lot more confident, carrying himself a lot differently, a lot better. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the benefit of coming to Arsenal is that we'll give you the time. Arteta will give you the time.
Yeah.
He's an Arteta signing, and we're a team that is very much a family. You can tell by the way each of the players kind of get around. Whenever someone else is going through a hard time, you can see them backing them up. You know, and he's now comfortable. It's been like 6-7 months, maybe 8 months now since he's joined. So yeah, I'm glad that it's never really been. It's not really like Havertz is starting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's one thing I love about Havertz. He's always available. He's never injured. You got the likes of Emil Smith Rowe that were dying to keep fit. Jesus can't keep fit. Like, these are players that, you know, on their day they can be unplayable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I respect Havertz. He always puts a shift in. I still feel like I'm not sure. He can still improve on year. There's certain things I'd want more from him, but I think right now I only see him as a 9 against the top teams. I think we're playing a top team. I think you'll now see some of his qualities kind of drop a little bit. But no, I'm happy with him. I'm content with him. We've got him now, so we've got to fucking use him.
Yeah, we pay 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. Someone who's playing up top as well, who actually hasn't been playing but plays as our number 9 when he is fit, is Jesus. Now, I feel like they're hiding something to us about his knee. Something is not right there. Okay. Your knee, his knee's played up like 4, 5, 6 times now, and it's getting to a point now where even we should be starting to question our doctors, I think, because he constantly has fluid in that knee, apparently. And I'm starting to think it's a lot more severe than people are letting on. Is that just me?
The injury that he suffered in the World Cup, that's a traumatic injury. You know, I think it was his cartilage, it's his meniscus, you know, and I think there might have been also some damage to the ligament. So that is already quite a traumatic injury. Your knee's never really going to be the same after that. It's just the state of the facts. So he's not going to be as bulletproof as he was or as sharp as he was and be able to play this many games in a row. So it's got to be managed well. You know, everybody's body responds well to that sort of thing. But yeah, there's a chink in the armour. But you know, I feel like I trust the medical team to manage it well. Sometimes it's just really unlucky, and that I don't think he's going to be as fit as he was before the injury. It's just one of those things. Yeah.
Oh, well said.
Yeah.
God, I feel like we're in flow state when talking today. It's good. It's nice.
It's decent.
Yeah. Well, to wrap up this Arsenal segment, I feel pretty comfortable that we'll be all right. I think I wouldn't be as comfortable if it like got to 70 minutes. That's when I'm going to start getting a bit shaky. You know what I mean? But if we're like 1-0 up, I'll be okay. As long as we're drawing and winning.
We need to be 2-0 up and then pushing for another.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing no 1-0 and then I'm getting an equaliser from a corner in like this 80th minute and we're like fighting. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just not.
Yeah, no, I'd want to turn
even
off the
2-0
TV.
was like, oh, they get another goal, we have to go to the champions. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't enjoy that. It would be a mad moment, you could say. Me and Chika. Every week now, we look to find the maddest thing we can see that's happened in football this week. Now, my one kind of isn't this week, but it's something I've found this week. So I'm gonna get through the technicality of it. I'm just gonna grab my phone. It's on my phone.
Interessante.
Yeah, it's on my phone. My friend Jamie. He sent me this and I was like, you've just given me an idea. In fact, you've just messaged me now. So
what's he saying?
So I'm going to show you this as well. I might put it on screen actually, if you are watching the podcast on YouTube. So I found a clip basically where Copenhagen scored a goal from directly from a goal kick where they scored and the ball didn't touch the ground. So I'll show you now and I will play it on the screen now. See if you can see.
Yeah.
So he plays it long. Guy gets a flick on. Guy flicks it on again. The guy flicks it onto him. Flicks it on. Volley top bins. That is the most nuts goal of all time.
That's crazy.
So if you're listening, basically, there's one flick from header from goalkeeper, 2, 3. There's 4 flick-ons from a long goal kick from the Copenhagen keeper, which looks to be like in the 90s or late 80s, early 90s. And I've never seen a goal. I've never even seen Stoke do that back in the day. But I...
From a throw-in, maybe?
Yeah, from a throw-in, maybe. But that is my mad moment that I saw this week. It's actually mental. It's like beach volleyball. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. But we've discussed
banger,
yeah, top bins.
Banger.
So that's my maddest moment because I don't think I've ever. I think if I saw that nowadays, I'd go nuts, no matter what team it was.
No, if we scored that goal, I'd go insane.
Yeah,
I'd go
because there's
insane,
almost like,
bro.
as much as that's long ball football, that's actually a lot of tech as well. Every flick on was like bang on and like accurate.
Yeah, that was a weird goal to see. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. 4 flick-ons from a goal kick and then a volley top
you wouldn't
bins
even see
on a
that from
casual one.
from any area in the pitch. That boom, 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 and a,
Yeah,
and a banger.
is that bad defending?
It's bad anticipation, but you know, it's one
Yeah.
of those things that you probably feel like he's got no right to shoot from there.
We did discuss our maddest moments before we started recording, and I had that, and I thought, yeah, that's gonna be good for this segment. Like, come on, like 4 flick-ons from a goal kick and a header, but I think you win.
You think I win?
Yeah, go and explain to the people the maddest thing you found this week, because this is I'm gonna clip this up. This is getting clipped up on TikTok. So, I want to get comfy for this.
Look at you, mate.
I love this.
You want a minute?
Huh?
You want a minute?
I want a minute. I want to get comfy. I'm gonna put the pillow down.
Yeah. Do you want to get a footrest and
Yeah, I might. So, Chika,
get him?
please explain to me the maddest thing you've seen in football this week.
Okay, I'll explain. So where do I start?
Yeah, mate. This is
Where do I
crazy.
even start? So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but if you're a fan of the Championship, MICHAEL BEALE has been in charge of Sunderland for like the past 60, 70 games. MICHAEL BEALE was like former assistant to Steven Gerrard. I think he managed Rangers for a bit, but got sacked. And I think he's got a good reputation as a coach. Apparently, like
Yeah, I know. I don't know him too well, but I know the name.
Apparently, like when Steven Gerrard was doing well at was it Rangers, and then Aston Villa when he followed him. I think MICHAEL BEALE was the one.
Yeah, they all said he was the real guy, like pushing that squad. Yes. I do know
So
Michael Beale.
that's just a little background on him. But anyway, so yeah, I think he's come in. I think to do clean up the act at Sunderland, and I think it wasn't going well. They were on an awful run of games, and he started to get a lot of backlash from the clubs. Performances weren't going well. I mean, backlash from the fans. Fans, and a lot of them were calling for a sacking. And basically, what triggered this was a clip of him substituting a player, and the player's come off now, and the player's gone up to him to like give, you know, one of them ones you come up good game, but the guy MICHAEL BEALE was like this and just airs him, and then the player's just looking at him like
Twat.
like, oh, fuck. And anyway, obviously Sunderland fans have obviously seen this, clipped it and be like, oh, this guy's a wanker, like get him out of my club, blah 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 blah. And basically it came out that there was a Twitter account that basically shot the frame, got like a new frame of the video, like a different angle, and it's basically saying, oh, there's no way that he would have blanked him, like literally just so like out of pocket, just backing MICHAEL BEALE out of nowhere, being like, how would he ever see this player? Like, he would never do that. That's not in his character. Whatever. Blah blah blah. I think I'll send you the thing. I can't remember exactly what it said, but and then people kind of dug into the into the account, and basically the account it came from is called Football ID. And if you go back to 2017, it basically says Football ID is a startup made by MICHAEL BEALE. So MICHAEL BEALE is now using a dormant account that is now his burner to back up, to basically go against Sunderland fans. And be like, and also there's another tweet that they found on that account, which is like, how do you expect a manager to come in with like a board that doesn't back him in the transfer window, with fans that slag him off every week, and with like, I think he said something else disrespectful about the club. It's like, how do you expect him to perform under such like bad conditions? And so the base just baited him out and made him even look like a bigger bellend. Like you don't see this stuff in football. Like how, like maybe with players, I can understand them maybe having like a burner account to like maybe support them. But I'm a whole manager. You're a grown man. You're going on social media, creating a weird like Twitter account to like back yourself. Like
it's the fact that he photoshopped it.
Bro, he's got this angle of that no one's ever seen before. He's like, oh, he would never do that.
How is a grown manager got a burner account to the ego you have to do that?
And he's
like,
like,
honestly,
he's now been sacked, by the way, after 2 months in charge.
Yeah, because they probably found his. But I actually don't have the word. That's like me setting up a freaking 2 Left Feet a fan account and going, these guys are so fit and laying, and their football opinions are so great, and then just like photoshopping us and like making us look incredible. Like what?
He's had
how old? He must be in his 40s, 50s.
He's 43. I just checked.
He's 43 and he's got a burner account to make sure that he.
And someone's backing him up.
And he thought, do you know what? This one tweet, this is going to get them all back on side. It's going to go viral.
I just want to see the comments.
Maybe just do a better job and don't be an arsehole.
Honestly. Yeah, and now he's out of a job. 12 games he managed for them.
Well, he might got a bit of monetization on the tweet. So, as much as he's out of a job. Well, it kind of did go. I mean, it kind of...
He's got to have taken it down, but that's admitting guilt.
Yeah.
I don't think he said anything about it.
I think you should have just said, sorry, that's the social media manager.
Just the fact that no one had this clip. It's like, wait, how has this guy got this clip, this random football Twitter account? He got this like...
Michael Beale lover.
This new angle.
Yeah. Do you know what? When I go on Twitter, the one thing I want to see is I love page for Michael Beale.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
If you're not Michael Beale, I don't want to know you.
No, man. That's hilarious though.
Oh my god.
It happens a lot in basketball. Like Kevin Durant has done it, but to see a football manager do that is insane.
So childish. Michael Beale.
Yeah, if you ever
I don't kind of know what but I kind of rate it. It's so childish. I kind of want to love it.
What do you want to?
Michael Beale, you win Maddest moment of the week.
I'm sure he'll probably... Is it going to the burner account? Is it going to...
I don't know. Maybe I'll set up my own Michael Beale fan account to make him feel better.
Yeah, you need a 2LF fan account.
Yeah, and Michael Beale will trust. We trust? We trust.
Yeah.
So, Chika. Now, we're really late to the party on this. But blue cards. This was put forward a few weeks ago. Now, I think we've probably got maybe we're obviously not the only person to have a opinion on this, but if you're not from the UK or if you don't play Sunday League or Saturday League, you may not know that there are actual sin bins in amateur football. So when I ran Gospel Oak FC, the team that I ran and played for and you played for, we got a few sin bins for disciplinary issues. You didn't, no, but
I had one yellow card.
I've never seen you get a yellow.
I've had 1 or 2 yellow cards in my time.
Yeah, I've never seen
my
you
life.
Yeah, I've never seen you get booked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've. We had players that got sin bin basically, mouthy ones. You know who you are, and. Yeah, we experienced what it was like having sin bins. I think I am the only person, because I've seen a lot of people hate this. It's got a lot of backlash and they've kind of put it on the back burner now. I don't mind it.
In the Premier League,
I don't mind it. Now, the opinions and things, what I've seen that people have put forward is... You're giving more rules to implement, and the refs can't even bloody implement the rules that are constantly changing as it is. So I completely understand that argument. So I don't think the officiating is to a good enough standard to implement it. But in an ideal world, I would love it. I think the discipline shown by certain players, like the first, it's not just Bruno Fernandes, but that's the first player that comes to mind, should be punished. The way you go up and start screaming at a referee, I'm not a massive fan of it. I'm all here for criticising referees, but when like people go a bit cray and take it over the top.
I don't know.
But I suppose the argument in regards to that is that's just a red.
I don't know. Obviously, you want to stop the ratty players acting like petulant little children. But at the same time, I do feel like the high stakes of the Premier League and the, you know, having numerous players on bookings because of dissent, I think that's like enough of a punishment. I think having someone sit out for 5-10 minutes of a game, like I don't think that's an appropriate, because I feel like playing with 10 men these days is like playing with an arm behind your back.
Do you think?
Yeah, bro.
I think sometimes when you play with 10, sometimes teams are actually harder to break down.
Harder to break down, but you're not going to win.
Pardon me?
You're not going to win. I just feel like if I tell, like, what, it's now going to be up to the referee to make the judgment. Like, is it going to be like, oh, if I tell him to shut up, or like, if I say shut the fuck up, or if I say anything, it's just like, oh, am I going to get put my team 10 man down for 10 minutes? Like, do you know what I mean? I just feel like a yellow card is, if I have a player on the yellow, then I'll shut up. I'll think about it next time. I think even on the yellow card, you do get fined as well. At that level, I'm not entirely sure.
No,
you
do.
It probably won't hurt though. It probably won't hurt. But no, I just feel like Blues, like, why are you adding all these colours into it? It just doesn't need to be there. Like, dissent is a bad thing, 100%. But I just think it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I think I've started this by saying I quite like the idea, but even thinking out loud and even kind of expressing my thoughts out loud, which is nice because we're in a relaxed environment. I think the problem is the officiating isn't good enough to implement it, and I think the problem with it is on like a Sunday and Saturday, it's easy to discipline someone with a sin bin. And just to clarify, if people didn't know, a blue card would be given for like an unnecessary tackle that's not necessarily a red, and for the most part discipline issues. But it's easier to, even
that is weird.
Yeah, it's easy. I think,
and dissent as well.
Yeah, it's easier to give a sin bin on the Saturday and Sunday because I think
on Sunday Saturday league, like
it's more scatty. It's more obvious when
the refs get it over there. Like I don't know.
I'm not saying like players don't go up to the ref and hound them in the Premier League, but they're not exactly telling them to fuck off.
Yeah. They are. They actually are. Like, they're not just. It's just when you're actually like insulting them.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I think the point is on. Sorry, I'm not expressing this well. I think the problem is on like a. I think the problem is on like a Saturday or a Sunday game. If you've played amateur football in the UK and maybe in London, you know it can get pretty extreme. pretty quick.
I've seen bats.
Yeah.
People being chased.
Yeah, so like for the most part, when I've seen sin bins given on a Saturday or Sunday,
I've seen this guy get punched. Play the clip. Roll the clip.
I didn't just get punched. I got jumped by a whole team.
Sucker punch.
Yeah, but I think on a Saturday and Sunday it's easier to spot disciplinary issues, whereas in the Premier League it's kind of like nothing too much is going to kick it. It's hard to put into words. Basically, I think the officiating isn't good enough, and you're giving more rules for refs to implement.
Yeah, I just
and also on top of that, it's subjective. What is disciplining? Oh, is it? Oh, fuck off! That's not a foul. That's not really disciplinary.
Like, it's something clear, and then a referee makes a mistake, and you're like, oh, what the fuck, ref? Like, are you fucking blind?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I'm off for 10 minutes just because of like a little burst of anger that you had, and you just had to get off your chest. Like, yeah, cool. You can give him a warning, just give him booking. But I think you missing 10 minutes of 10 minutes in Premier League is like, it's a long time, and it's like anything can happen in that 10 minutes. So now your team is weakened just because of a short little outburst. Yeah. Like I just don't see the benefit of it. And I feel like if you are making certain digs to a referee in terms of his, like he's a cheat or he's now like he's talking about his family or stuff like that, then maybe you can consider giving him a red card.
Yeah, but then you've got to make that open to the public as well, and then that opens another can of worms.
That's fine. That's fine. You like it's gonna be. Yeah, that's fine. I think if you see someone get sent off for talking to a ref, you know exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just think I think the real problem with it is it's too subjective. So, oh, fuck off, that's not a foul, could be taken as a blue card, or it's not. It's just gonna lead to another thing where it's like, oh, is that a yellow or is that a red? You're just adding another card. So now you're going, is that a yellow, a blue, or a red? So now you're just complicating things even more. You're creating new rules around cards that you don't really fully understand yet, and you don't know how to implement.
We're not even going to be able to hear it.
Yeah.
We're just going to see blue, like, oh shit, what did he say? We're not going to know.
And again, it's like if a ref takes offence to something, or he doesn't, if he's thick-skinned, if he takes offence easily. And I know you could argue that does happen on Saturday or Sunday in amateur football, but I think it's a lot easier to spot because it goes a lot more extreme. But yeah, I just think it's too many rules. It's too many rules and gives too many possibilities for decisions that create too many outcomes and too many alleys to go down, too many walks, too many arguments to create around it. You don't know what the rules actually are, kind of thing. No, at the end of the day, you're just complicating things. It's we already don't still know. Still to this day, I still couldn't really tell you what a handball is. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's ball to hand. That's how. It's like you're creating that again when it didn't need to be created. If someone said something that bad to a ref, it's a red. And that should be the thing they're focusing on. And it's something they've done this season about back chat. And I think it's actually been quite good, with the yellows and stuff like that. But if you had a blue, it's like, well,
yeah.
It's like...
I don't even like the colour.
Yeah.
Like, why is it blue? Like, it's just such a...
Orange. They should have been orange.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do it, make it orange.
Yeah.
Like, colour wheel. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Clueless. Yeah.
Clueless.
All right, we should probably wrap up. But before we wrap up, as always, who is your freak of the week? All right, do you know what? I'm going to start with my howler of the week. Yeah. I've asked you for your freak of the week. My howler of the week, I was just showing you, I might add the clip now, is Bruno Fernandes. Man United play Fulham. Bad result for Man United. I still think they're doing all right. It's just kind of a one-off kind of thing. But Bruno decided to let off a shot. He shot. Didn't get touched. But he bloody done the spinneroonie like Booker T. Like on the floor, complaining. You know, the whole Bruno thing. And there's a clip on him that has gone viral, and rightfully so, because 5, 7, 8, 9 seconds later, oh, he's fine. And I know loads of players do it a lot, but the fact that he got spotted, the fact that it's as embarrassing as it is on these clips. Bruno, I gave you a lot of hate in the past. I think you're a lot better than I gave you credit for. I know you care so much about my opinion, but... Sorry, mate. What is going on there? Like to act like that is just...
The thing is like the fact that he's not playing well as well. It's like it's highlighted so much more that you're just a whinging bastard.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a bit harsh, but
no, he's a whinger bastard. It's an embarrassing video. So for the video, if you guys are listening or if you're watching, go and look up this clip. It is absolutely terrible. Just type in Bruno Fernandes Fulham. And it will come up. Bruno is a howler. But your freak of the week, Cheeks?
My freak of the week is going to be Alex Iwobi.
Yes.
Assisted by Calvin Bassey.
Yes.
I just feel like, after the AFCON...
I like that. I really like this freak of the week.
After the AFCON, he got so much abuse, had to essentially delete all his Instagram posts.
Seriously? Both of them?
No, just Iwobi.
Was he even that bad? He was actually alright in the final.
He was good for the... He wasn't really doing much, but at the same time... Like,
neither was the team.
He's put in there, but people think because he's playing in the Premier League and like he is this creative spark, but like, his role is just to keep the ball moving, keep it ticking. And yeah, he wasn't moving too well like during the final, but none of the team were. But I think because he's got you know, his uncle's JJ Kocher, he's this and that. And because he's from England, people just get onto him. So he got a lot of abuse after that game. Like, it got really bad. And like, for him to come back, you know, I think this is his first start since, and to get the winning goal at Old Trafford, I think it's huge. So yeah, I'm happy for him, man. Good goal, and yeah, it's a good way to respond. The Nigerian boys both scoring.
Yeah, I like them both. They both seem like sound blokes as well.
Same, man.
Yeah. All right. We'll wrap up there. I think that's a good freak of the week. I think that's a good howler. If you've been listening, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. If you're watching, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. The support has been great recently, especially on TikTok. It's been doing really well. I hope you enjoy these longer form videos as well, where me and Chika just chill, relax. We had a little break last week because I had a bit of burnout with a lot of the videos we do. But if you're still listening, stay safe. Have a lovely rest of your day. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.